All right, welcome everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kate Mueller. I am the Chief Product Owl and Resident Cheesemonger here at KnowledgeOwl. And today I'm incredibly excited to get to talk about a feature that we snuck in between Christmas and New Year's, which also just happens to be one of the features I was most excited for us to release in 2022, which might be why we still managed to release it between Christmas and New Year's. So that feature is what we're calling file references. So the reason that I am super, super excited about this feature is that as somebody who manages my content, I have often thought, boy, it would be really nice to see all the places that this particular file was used. And if it's not used, I would like to know that it's okay for me to safely delete it without bad things happening. And file references is basically designed to achieve just that. So let me hop in here. Can you guys see my screen? I always feel paranoid that I'm not sharing the right screen. Okay,
yeah,
excellent. All right, so file references is an add-on into the file library. I'll start with the easy stuff, and then I'll talk a little bit about the behind-the-scenes stuff that's actually happening here. So in either view, you can see a collection, like a summary information of all of the places that the file is used if you click on it. So in the thumbnail view, you can click anywhere in the thumbnail to get that information in the lower left. In the list view, you can select the box or click anywhere in the row to select the box and get that same level of information in the lower left. List view also has the added benefit of having a whole column that displays the summary information, so you don't have to click on individual files, which is pretty nice. But in both cases, that summary information will include an additional view details link. So you can see the number of references overall that this file has. If you click view details, that will open a pop-up that will give you hyperlinked lists of all of the actual places that that file shows up. So for now, all the places that we check, articles, categories, snippets, and anything in the settings style. So your entire theme. The theme stuff shows up slightly differently. I've probably got a couple of examples. Here we go. Since we don't do counts in the same way because the theme is all one object, so it's not like you use this in 4 themes. No, your knowledge base only has 1 theme. So we pretty much just tell you if it's been referenced in the theme. And then when you view the details, it'll tell you where in the theme that reference exists. So generally speaking, that is either as the logo file or I think this one's got it. No, that's the one I just opened. Or somewhere in one of your custom HTML templates, and we will tell you which template that is. For those of you who are not super familiar with style things, those are, if you come under the preview pane, open custom HTML, each of the little drop downs here is a custom HTML template. The wording here should match exactly what you see in that file reference list. So you can kind of figure out where that file is being used and for what purpose. So we are tracking that in articles within the article body content. If the article is set up as a URL redirect, we will check for files in that URL redirect. If you are using the banner or thumbnail fields, we will check those as well. In categories, categories get all kinds of things checked. Category icon field gets checked. If it's a URL redirect category, we check that URL. If it is a custom content category or a topic display category, those both also get thumbnails and banners. So we check those fields. Custom content categories, we also check the bodies. There is one field in categories we are not currently checking, which actually hurt me in my own file deleting. So I would like to share that right now, which is category description. So this is a somewhat edge casey thing. Not a lot of folks put files into category descriptions. We happen to. We took some screenshots in them. So for example, here we get this treatment by actually putting an image directly into the category description. And I got very enthusiastic about deleting unused files last week and deleted some of these and had to recover them. So we will be adding category description, but it is not currently checked, just as a warning. So if you've got icon files stashed in there or screenshots stashed in there, delete at your own risk. But let's see. So that's most of what we check for categories. We also check snippet body. So I've got a couple of those examples here. This guy's got one. If you're using snippets that have content in them and they happen to reference a file in some way, we will capture those as well as all of the theme stuff. Couple quick things about this. The articles have actually secretly behind the scenes been capturing file references for the better part of 6 weeks. We just hadn't built out the UI to show them yet. So you might come in here and see article references out of the gate. You will not see category snippet or theme references unless you have either resaved one of those items since December 20, what would that have been? December 28th, December 27th? Or if somebody here at KnowledgeOwl ran a reindex process on your knowledge base. So if you got an email from me saying, hey, file references is available, I already reindexed your knowledge base, all of your references should be up to date. If you have not gotten an email like that, reach out to our support team. We can run that reindex for you and populate the snippet, the category, and the theme references. But we did this so that we could get it out the door faster and not have massive performance problems trying to reindex everybody's stuff all at once. For those of you who have been using snippet references, the new reindex process is much more stable and kind of fixes a couple of the bugs we had with the old snippet reference process. So if you ever had snippets that said they weren't being used in articles, but actually were being used in articles, that problem should also now be fixed with this release because we revamped the reindexing process. Let's see. So behind the scenes, what we're actually doing is very similar to the way that the broken links report works. So for each of these fields, basically, whenever you save one of these items again, we run an indexing process just for that particular item. So the article, the category, the theme, whatever, and update the list of references for it. And then when you open file library, we basically pull that set of references to display here. So moving forward, you won't need a reindex to get that. You'll get it every time you save. But trying to be backwards compatible means you have to build in these index processes. With the exception of category description, if you have a file that has no references whatsoever, so my 166982 blah, 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 PNG here, I am totally safe to delete this file. Nothing in my knowledge base currently references it, with the exception of possibly your category descriptions. And if you want to come through and clean those things up, you can. If, like me, you delete something and then you realize, oh, I actually needed that somewhere, or, oh, that was used in a snippet and I never had the reindex process run, so I don't have any snippet references. So actually, this is used a whole bunch of places. Don't worry. You can come in, head over to show deleted files, select the file and restore it, and that will bring it back to all of the places that it was that now show a broken file link because you got excited and deleted something you thought you did not need any longer. At this point in time, once you delete a file, we don't get rid of it ever. We will be changing that in the future to probably like a 30-day limit just for our own storage purposes. But for right now, you can go back and recover anything you've deleted basically since the dawn of time and get it back. So if you did get overzealous and deleted stuff you didn't mean to, you can cover your mistake and restore them. And no one will be the wiser except the 2 people who noticed it while it was missing. So I like it as a save me from myself. Oops, I didn't mean to do that thing. But this is where the references live. We've basically kind of stolen the reference pattern that we had in snippet references. And long-term, we're hoping to use this pattern for all kinds of other references. So things I could see us using this for might be topic article references, could be link to article references. In the very, very far distant future, I'm hoping that we have a section in article editor that will actually give you a list of all of the things that that article references with hyperlinks so you can jump to them. But that is me being a very excited chief product owl and not a thing that we have currently in development. All right, I will stop recording. So for those of you watching the recording, thank you for coming.